Okay, so this evening it's time for my number 13 of the best rock music records of 2023 in my little countdown from number 31 to number 1. And today it's a band from Kansas, Lawrence in Kansas to be more precise, and the record they released is called Chronicles Act 1 The Ascension, and I'm talking about They Watch Us from the Moon. Indeed they do. Now, They Watch Us from the Moon consists of 6 people. It's kind of doom stoner Floydian rock music. I don't hear much Pink Floyd myself, but it's been compared to bits of Pink Floyd. I don't really think it sounds that much like Pink Floyd, mainly because you've got female vocals. You have 2 singers in the band, both ladies, and they have rather eccentric names, but there is a reason for that. Lunar Nemesis and Nova. Okay, now these 2 ladies are excellent singers in their own right, and I think the best moment is on the song Space Angel, which you really should hear. If you hear nothing else, do yourself a favour and download Space Angel. It's an absolute classic song, and it really, really is catchy and should be a massive hit all over the world. But sadly it won't be, because we don't live in that kind of world, unfortunately. And there's a thing called Creeper AD. Now that has to be heard if you love your guitar playing, because the music on that for the first, it goes on for 10 minutes. The music on that for the first 3 to 5 minutes, I think, that's what it feels like anyway, is orgasmic. It's amazing guitar work, absolutely superb. Obviously their name, They Watch Us from the Moon, is obviously a bit sci-fi. They're kind of, I would almost call them a concept band rather than a band who've done a concept album. Oh, this is a concept album. It's about the moon and all sorts of things that go on the moon in their imaginations, but they're not really covering new ground, because most of what they're talking about as happening on the moon we've already heard before. Now, whether these things are actually happening or actually going to happen, that remains to be seen. Although there are plans, apparently, there are plans afoot to go mining on the moon. Imagine that. So, They Watch Us from the Moon, also known as TWU FTM. Imagine that. But it's a really good record. You definitely should hear it, particularly if you like your guitar work, because there's absolutely superb guitar work on this. And if you like your female vocal, which obviously I do, as you're going to be able to tell from the next few records coming up, this is one you should get. As I say, Cosmic Chronicles Act 1 The Ascension. So that means we're going to get an Act 2, great artwork there. We're going to get an Act 2, I imagine, next year, which I'm very much looking forward to. And it's a mixture of those vocals and that guitar work that make this record, They Watch Us from the Moon, Act 1 The Ascension, my number 13 in best stroke favourite rock music records of 2023.